Game design. It's been around for a long time, and to this day is still evolving. The industry is becoming more and more advanced as the years go on. From old to modern, this is what we'll be talking about today. The earliest evidence of a video game dates all the way back to 1947 and was created by Thomas T. Goldsmith for a cathode ray tube amusement device using vector-drawn dots inspired by radar display technology. It wasn't much of a game, but it technically was the first. About 11 years later, physicist William Higginbotham created what appeared to be the next video game. It was a very simple tennis game, like the classic 1970s video game Pong. This game was a hit in Brookhaven National Laboratory Open House, where it was being showcased. Then there was, of course, the 1970s era of video games, which included these classics, such as Pong, Space Invaders, Asteroids Breakout, Galaxian, Star Raiders, and a few more on top of that. We can happily say that the 1970s were when the video game industry first took off and continued to thrive to this day. When we investigate the older history of games, we can see how much they evolved throughout the years. Now, today in 2021, we have amazing realistic graphics, incredible video game advancements like VR and AR, as well as vast amounts of options for whatever your playstyle is. What we have today is all because of what was started back in 1947, as it paved the way for game design and how we see games to this day. When we investigate modern game design, we often compare the graphics and control differences in newer games compared to their older counterparts. A good example of this is how back in the PlayStation 1 era, the triangle button was the back button for almost all games. It was a standard control, but around late PS2 and early PS3 times it was changed to the circle button. I remember this clearly, as I often would forget and press triangle, which would do something different entirely. This is just one example of how basic control standards in games can and have changed, and probably will continue to do so in the future. When it comes to modern graphics, it's insane how far the industry has come. When we look at things such as different game engines like Unity and Unreal in 2021, they are doing amazing things for the game industry in terms of graphically enhanced game engines and easy to follow tutorials to learn the engines yourself. I thoroughly enjoyed the Unity tutorial videos and have learnt both 3D and 2D methods of game design from these free courses that Unity provides on their website. But that is a little off topic. When we take that step back and look at some older games, you notice the difference straight away. One example I want to give is the old Tomb Raider games, which were basically a pixelized Lara Croft with a triangular chest. Many individuals on the internet remember that part the most, so I had to mention it. The reason it was probably such a pointy model is because they lacked the services at the time for more advanced geometry. So because of this, everything was just more pointy in general. Back then, everyone would have thought those games looked incredible. But now, when we compare the first Tomb Raider game to the newest Tomb Raider game, it's a real eye-opener to where we are today and how much the services and equipment available has advanced to produce this more realistic style of presentation in the game industry itself. We are near the end of the video, but one thing is not coming to an end anytime soon, and that would be the games industry. So we talked about the past, with a CRT amusement device and Tennis for Two. and we talked about the present with Unreal and Unity engines. But we are yet to talk about the future. If we take a step back and think about how far we have come over the years of game design, we can only imagine what next stage might be. Will we have graphics so realistic it starts to feel like real life? Will we have a VR experience that makes you question what is reality? Who knows? Well, one thing we do know is there is no sign of the game industry ever stopping its advancements, and we can truly look forward to whatever it is that comes next. Thank you for taking the time to listen to a brief history of game design. Safe gaming, everyone.